Hey guys, this is Jordan with the second take, and I'm here doing my final Oscar predictions before Thursday, January 22nd, which is when the Oscar nominations are going to happen. Now, this whole presentation that I'm doing is based off of everything we've seen from the Golden Globes, Critics' Choice, the SAG or the actor nominations, what we've seen from the BAFTA long list, and from all the guilds that have been announced so far, with a couple culminations of some of the critic circles of what they've been picking as well. On top of that, I'm also going to put in some of my personal opinions based on some recent trends in recent history and other stuff like that so we can really get a full picture of what the Oscar prediction is going to look like. I do want to give a disclaimer that the only categories I'm not predicting are the shorts. And the reason I'm not predicting the shorts is because based off of where I live, I really don't have much access to see the shorts until after nominations are announced. So I will be doing a separate video to do a deep dive on the Oscar nominated shorts, but I don't feel comfortable predicting those three categories just yet until I have seen what is available for those. So without a further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to go backwards order, starting with the craft categories and then getting into the big ticket items with this as well. All right. So the first category we have is best visual effects. So what I'm seeing right now is that our nominees will be Avatar: Fire and Ash, F1, Superman, Frankenstein, and Wicked for Good. Now I feel comfortable with these five nominees primarily because these are some big hitters. I mean, it's visual effects. We're looking at like the art of that. On top of that, this is the first year where, based off the Oscar shortlist, we don't have any Marvel movies getting into the shortlist. So this is the first year we're going to see something that doesn't have Marvel in it, which is kind of interesting. And it also kind of shows that Marvel fatigue that we're really seeing from a lot of our society today, especially with some of the newer movies. Especially when we had Thunderbolts come out, that was pretty good. That was last year. But even still, we're seeing the fatigue happen. So we'll see what happens. But this is what we got for visual effects. Next category we got is animated feature. My apologies, I'm a little sick right now. All right, we have animated feature with K-pop Demon Hunters, Zootopia 2, Arco, Little Amelie, or the character Rain and Scarlet. Now, I really think that K-pop Demon Hunters is going to run away with this category. I think Zootopia 2 is a wonderful film, but I think with the success of Golden and some other hits off of that, I think K-pop Demon Hunters is going to have this one in the bag. But this is what we have for animated feature, and I feel pretty comfortable with this one as well. Throughout the presentation, I'm going to show you there are going to be some categories that have what I call the dark horse, which is where I think there's another nomination that could be happening, but we may not see it, or we really may not know until it actually happens that morning. But it's just that one thing that I'm looking out for in that particular category to see if it's actually going to happen or not. All right. So here we go. Next category we got is best editing. Now this category, in my opinion, goes hand in hand with the best picture. Typically, it's the best picture. A lot of times, it's the top five for best picture that get into editing the category. Sometimes they do throw in a curveball that really just is just a standout and really showcases really nice editing. So right now, what I have going on is One Battle After Another, Sinners, Martyr Supreme, Hamnet, and F1. The reason why I added F1 in particular is even though I don't think it's going to be in Best Picture, I think that the quality of the editing, plus on top of it, the sound mixing that goes hand in hand, I think with that, it really does bring a nice, it really has a nice touch to the movie, and I think the voters will appreciate F1's editing in that respect, which is why I think that it will get nominated into the editing category. The other four, there are top Best Picture contenders. I think One Battle After Another is going to win this one because when you stick around later, you will see why I am putting One Battle After Another at the top of the list for this. The next category we have is Best Sound. We got F1, One Battle After Another, Sinners, Avatar: Fire and Ash, and Surat. I think F1 maybe have a slight advantage over One Battle After Another. Probably not. I need to update this, but I do think that either One Battle After Another or F1. I think if they go with One Battle After Another, that's because we are literally checking boxes down the line, and we're just saying we love this movie so much, this is what we want, and we're just going to roll with it. F1, same thing. If you have a movie in editing, you might want to put it in sound. The only crossover we're really not seeing is Avatar: Fire and Ash and Surat. Avatar: Fire and Ash is really just an action-packed movie. It's a standout for sound, and Surat is really the movie that is known for sound this year. I mean, part of like its movie poster or its cover is literally like amps and stereos being up there. So I think it's safe to say that it might be getting it for sound. So yeah, let's move on. Next, we have cinematography. once again, I think we have a pretty solid Best Picture lineup for this category. We got Sinners, One Battle After Another, Hamnet, Train Dreams, and Frankenstein. All these movies have really good cinematography. I really do like, especially the oneer that happens in Sinners. I mean, that is like the scene of the year. Is that oneer where he's singing "I Lied to You." I really am just in awe of that scene. I think I shed a tear in that. I shed a tear in the theater when I actually saw it. One Battle After Another. We have the rolling hills. It's beautiful. The scene of the glove with Hamnet. We got Train Dreams and Frankenstein. We have a really, really good lineup for cinematography. So I'm happy with this one, all right? Next one we got. Next one is Best Score. Now, I'm a music guy. I got a music degree. I love watching the movies. I especially love hearing the scores that they have for this one. So we got Sinners, One Battle After Another, Hamnet, Frankenstein, and Martyr Supreme. Sinners is running away with this one. The things that Ludwig Göransson was able to do with this, especially with the blues track, some stuff from pulling from culture of Delta, African American music, all this other stuff, even soul. He really blends it nice and well together, especially once again, that one scene of I Lied to You, where you see a mashup of the tradition of music, where we're going from like old like ancient civilizations to now and how it all connects and how music is just so universal and so connected all throughout time. It's really just a really nice touch, and I think he's just gonna run away with this one. So I'm happy to see that. Hopefully we can see this happen on Oscar nominations morning. Then we have our next category, Best Original Song. Personally, I've been rooting for I Lied to You from Sinners all this time. I think it's a wonderful song. I'm still kind of rooting for it, but I can't deny the fact that Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters is just an undeniable bop. It has been a pop sensation. It's a chart topper. So I think we're going to have to just keep this one at number one just to be safe. So we have those two. Then we have Train Dreams, which is done by Miley Cyrus. We got Dear Me by Diane Warren. Here's the thing. If you're a big Oscar predictor, you love following the Oscars and you like to predict them, if you don't have a Diane Warren song in when she releases one, you're not going to get it right. You got to get Diane Warren in because, I don't know, the Academy just loves her. I mean, they gave her an honorary Oscar, but, she's still going to go for that actual thing. So we'll see. And then I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're going to nominate The Girl in the Bubble from Wicked for Good. I think this is the better song if we're going to put them two together. The Girl in the Bubble really has a nice touch to it, especially when Wicked for Good is so much of Glinda's story. I think this is going to get nominated. I think we're just going to check the box and we're going to move on from there. So yeah, here we go. Next category I got is production design. Best production design I got for Frankenstein, Wicked for Good, Hamnet, Sinners, and Martyr Supreme. I think Frankenstein not only is going to get nominated for production design, not because it's so good, but I think it just has so much production design in it. I really think they're looking for like sets and like different pieces and really just building a whole set around that movie. I think that's just going to take it. I think so. Next one. Next one we got is costume design. We got Frankenstein, Wicked for Good, Sinners, Hamnet, and Martyr Supreme. So by this point, you've probably seen the same 3 or 4 movies over and over again. I hope you're kind of picking up on what I'm putting down, where we have a pretty predictable season going on so far. The only caveat for this category was Wicked for Good, only because the same guy, Paul Tazwell, who did the costumes for the last one, won the Oscar for the last one, is doing it again. I think there is love for him in the costume branch. I think they're just going to go for him, check the name, check the box, and he'll be in as well. I think he's really just a nice pick. Here we go. Next one. Best makeup and hairstyling, we got Frankenstein, Wicked for Good, Sinners, The Smashing Machine, and One Battle After Another. I think that we are going to be in for, this is a pretty simple lineup. Smashing Machine, obviously the work they did on Dwayne Johnson, and in Sinners, all the work they did on The Vampire is really just really, really cool. I love it. Pretty simple. Next one. Best documentary feature, we got The Perfect Neighbor, 2,000 Meters to Andrivka, Mr. Nobody Against Putin, Seeds, and The Alabama Solution. I really enjoyed these movies. I think they'll be pretty good. I really enjoy The Perfect Neighbor a lot. That was just a shocker for me. So I'm hopeful, and we'll see, because typically the most popular documentary doesn't get in, but I'm hoping this time we can actually see it happen. So we should be okay. Next one we got is international feature. All right, so now you're gonna notice I have some dark horses coming in, and I'm gonna talk about that in a second. All right, so we got The Secret Agent from Brazil, Sentimental Value from Norway, It Was Just an Accident from France, the Palme d'Or winner, No Other Choice from South Korea, Surat from Spain. I think this is a solid lineup. The reason why I got Surat in here is because I also have a couple other nominations, and I don't see it's really rare for an international movie to get nominated outside of international feature without making the international feature lineup. That's a very, very rare thing. So that's why I'm putting Surat in. No Other Choice, was just Accent, Sentimental Value, and Secret Agent are all in. They're all solid movies. I love them all. The dark horse I am looking out for is a voice and hammer job from Tanisha to see if it may pop in here, maybe pop in another category. I'm not too sure, but we'll see what happens from here. And now we have the new category of best casting. This is one of the categories I'm really excited about because truly no one knows what is happening with this category. Like, not a single person. And I think we're all taking our best guess based off of what we've seen from precursors that are available, like at the Golden Globes, and also seeing, okay, what type of things our casting directors talk about when they're doing this. One thing I really enjoy hearing about is how each movie had its own challenge for casting, and it's it had like its own like unique story of just like, okay, how do we get these people in, how do these people mesh together, how do they work together, how do we get all these personalities just align with this really cool story. So I'm really interested to see how it goes. But for best casting, I have Sinners, One Battle After Another, Marty Supreme, Hamnet, and Wicked for Good. The reason I got Wicked for Good in particular in is because I think there is enough love, not a lot, but just enough love left over from last year in Wicked that they're going to just want to say, hey, y'all did two movies together. You pulled off this incredible feat of translating a beloved stage show from Broadway onto the screen. Congratulations, here's your nomination. That's what I think of this nomination. So I think we should be okay with that. My dark horse for this is Surat. And it's not about the fact that they didn't cast actors, just like how they casted everything for Surat, which is really, really cool. So I'm curious to see if they're going to put it in there, if they're just going to go with their general consensus 5 and go from there. Another thing about casting is it kind of also feels like either best ensemble or it just feels like they're going with whoever's getting nominated for best picture and they're just going to check box and we're going to move on from there. So we will see. I'm excited to see what happens, but we're going to really see what the Academy does with the best casting presentation. Interesting times. Next one. So now we're getting into the acting categories. I put casting so we can kind of segue into the acting. So we have, and this is in not in alphabetical order. This is just in the order I already have. We got Teyana Taylor for One Battle After Another, Amy Madigan for Weapons, Inga Ipsala Lilius for Sentimental Value, Wunmi Musaku, that's my new one, in Sinners, and Odessa Azion from Marty Supreme. So let me break it down. Teyana Taylor has been nominated everywhere. Amy Madigan nominated everywhere. These two are going to be locks. They're solid, especially since Amy Madigan won at Critics' Choice and Teyana Taylor won at Golden Globe. So they each both got a win. I think Teyana Taylor has the edge simply because Amy Madigan is the only nomination for her movie, whereas Teyana Taylor is literally in the Best Picture frontrunner. So I think that she has the edge over her. When we get to Inga Ibzado Lilius, Sentimental Value. Sentimental Value has had a very interesting track. I'm really upset about SAG or the Actor Award completely goose egging that entire movie because there are really three strong performances. Really four. Yeah, four. I would say four. Four strong performances happening in that movie. And not a single one was recognized or nominated, which is just really upsetting because you're saying that international films, I guess, are not worthy of a nomination as an actor, but I think they are. I mean, seriously, watch the film. Like, it's a really good movie. It's really, really good. And I think Inga gives one of the best performances in that film. It's like her and Renata Vines have a really powerful moment together in the house, and you just gotta watch it. It's really great. Wunmi Musaku has been climbing up the ladder since, I guess, forever. Her movie is strong. I mean, Sinners is about to, if they get it, they're gonna low key break the record for most nominations of a film, and I don't see why she would not come along with that, especially when she got nominated at what's it called? She got nominated at Critics' Choice, and then she got a SAG nomination. If the actors are behind her, I think that they're also going to be behind her in the Academy as well. So I think that she would be pretty okay with the nomination. And I'm also putting Odessa Azion in there for Marty Supreme. Odessa Azion is just having a wonderful moment right now between this and I Love LA. She's becoming this up and coming rising star. She got the SAG nomination, which I'm really happy that she got. And so I'm hoping that she can ride this momentum into an Oscar nomination for her on Oscar nominations morning. Now, The dark horse I have in this category is probably one not a lot of people are predicting. I think a lot of people gave up on her. I'm not. I'm not giving up on her for a particular reason. So I have Regina Hall as my dark horse, and I have her for one battle after another. Now, you may be saying, oh yeah, Regina Hall, she didn't have enough to do in the film. You know, she wasn't in a whole lot. Correct, but there are people that have done a lot less that have still gotten the nomination. And nominations can really just come out of anywhere, let's be honest here. Regina Hall is this industry veteran. Everyone loves her. Everyone knows her. She has not had a nomination yet. And she really should have gotten it twice. She should have gotten one back for Support the Girls, and she should have gotten one for Hung for Jesus, Save Your Soul. Now, she's doing a lot of great work recently, and now we had this film that is such a Oscar juggernaut. I wouldn't be surprised if there was so much love for the movie that she just came along for the ride out of left field and just really tagged on and it kicks one of those out. Now, if she did kick someone out for that nomination, for me, she would either be replacing Odessa Azion or Inga Izzola Lilius to really seal the deal with that. And so I'm watching out for Regina Hall. If you know, let me know who you're watching out for because I don't know, I think she's got it. Supporting actor. We got Stellan Skarsgård in Sentimental Value, Sean Penn one battle after another, Jacob Elordi in Frankenstein, Benicio del Toro one battle after another, and I'm throwing in Miles Catton for Sinners. Yes, I know he only has SAG. Yes, I know he's a breakout star. Yes, I know that he's super, super young. None of that matters to me. I think that with the strength of the movie alone and how much of a role he has in that film, I think that he could land himself with an Oscar nomination on Oscar morning. I think it'd be really, really cool to see, especially for someone so young and breaking into the industry. I'm rooting for him all the way for this. Now, Stellan Skarsgård, he did win Golden Globes, but he was shut out from SAG, and that kind of concerns me a little bit because I think at that moment, okay, if you know, let's say Sean Penn wins SAG or the actor, or someone else wins and then someone else wins at BAFTA, then we really could be seeing a race. But I'm pretty okay with having Stellan Skarsgård at number one. I think he'll be safe. I think he will be okay. Jacob Elordi at number three. I think his win at Critics' Choice was really, really cool. He gets a really fun performance as Frankenstein. Like, that was incredible. It's a transformation role. He's doing so much physicality with his role. Like, it is really, really cool. I love it. I would not be surprised if he won somewhere else again, especially like maybe like at BAFTA. But we will see what happens with that. Benicio del Toro, love it. Nothing else I can say for that one. Now, Dark Horse. Everyone is saying this movie is dead. I know the movie's dead. However, I'm gonna talk about the man, not the movie. Dark Horse, Adam Sandler, Jay Kelly. So everyone is always like, oh, Adam Sandler. He should have been nominated for Uncut Gems. Agree, he should have been nominated for Uncut Gems. Well, he got the SAG nomination back a while back for Hustle as well. So it's very clear that people do like Adam Sandler. He's been around for a while. So I would not be shocked if just like out of nowhere, ooh, Adam Sandler, Jay Kelly. Like, I would not be shocked if that did happen on nominations morning. And then obviously, if that did happen, I think he'd be kicking Miles Catton out, unfortunately. But I don't want that. I'm a Miles Catton. But I'm also watching out for Adam Sandler just to make sure that he cover all my bases and just to see what could happen with that. The movie, I think the movie's done for. But him, I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Next one. We have leading actress. The final one. All right, we got number one. We got Jessie Buckley in Hamnet. Number two, Rose Byrne. If I had legs, I'd kick you. Not kill you, kick you. Number three, Renata Vaenstra for Sentimental Value. Number four, Chase Infinity, One Battle After Another. And number five, we got Emma Stone for Bugonia. Now, all these nominations I think are going to be pretty solid. I think the only one that could be at risk could be Renata Vaenstra, simply because she hasn't been getting a lot of love that I thought that she would be receiving for Sentimental Value, which is really, really upsetting because she's so good in that movie. But I'm hoping that we can still get her in. And I love Chase Infinity. I'm so glad that she's a breakout star. She's going to make it in. I'm excited for that. Jessie Buckley and Rose Byrne are our top two choices, but I think Jessie Buckley is going to be sweeping this entire season. The only way I don't think that she would sweep is if for some reason there was so much love for Rose Byrne and she wanted an actor, she wanted BAFTA. Now, if she did that, then we really got a race. But for right now, I'm pretty confident Jessie Buckley is going to win her Oscar for this movie. My dark horse in this category is Kate Hudson. Now, here's the thing about Song Sung Blue. Song Sung Blue is it's a movie. It's a movie. All right. However, Kate Hudson's really doing a lot in this movie. She's really good in it. Um, it'll be interesting to see her get nominated for this role, especially since she's kind of been having like a comeback moment between this, Glass Onion, and this would be like her first nomination since Almost Famous, which was like over 20 years ago now. That's crazy. And so I'm just watching out for that because once again, there is just so much love for Kate Hudson in the industry. So we just gotta look out and be aware that that is a possibility. Now, if Kate Hudson gets in, who do I think she gets in over? I think everyone says I think she gets in over Renata Reinsva because everyone else is a pretty solid name. Chaser Finney's a breakout star. There's always like a breakout star in the best actress category, always. And so we want to keep that one, but I think that she could outbeat Renata Reinsva. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. Next one. Leading actor. So I got Timothy Chalamet, Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio, One Battle After Another, Michael B. Jordan in Sinners, Wagner Moore in The Secret Agent, and Ethan Hawke in Blue Moon. Everyone is pretty much going to be locked in for this category. I don't see this category really shifting a whole bunch. I think this is a pretty solid lineup. Timothy Chalamet, I think he's winning it. He won Globe, he won SAG. He's pretty much on his way to a sweep so far. I don't know, something miraculous will have to change for him to not win. But I think we're pretty solid with this lineup. The only one person I can see not making it is maybe Ethan Hawke, but that's just only because he'd be the lone nominee for his movie. I don't see that happening. I think he'll be fine. The next person I see the dark horse, which is truly a dark horse, I really don't know if this is gonna happen or not, is Joel Edgerton for Train Dreams. For Train Dreams. Part. My bad. Alright. Joel Edgerton is doing some really cool things in this movie, and his movie is a lot of people are watching it. It's a Netflix produced one, so he has the backing to really get that support in the not in the top five. But we'll have to see because he hasn't shown any nominations yet. He's only got the Globe so far. So let's look out and let's see what happens in Oscar or on Oscar nomination morning. Next one. Now we have adapted screenplay. So number one, I have One Battle After Another. Then I have Hamnet. Then Bugonia, Frankenstein, Train Dreams. Frankenstein was a late addition because of the love that this movie is just receiving. This movie is getting so much more love than I thought it would receive. So I'm just gonna put it into adapted screenplay because I'm seeing traces of what happened back in 2022 with Top Gun Maverick and it getting that crazy adapted screenplay nomination out of nowhere, and then also had WGA too. But we'll have to watch and see what happens with that one. My dark horse for this is Wake Up Dead Man I Can't Spell and A Knives Out Mystery. Wake Up Dead Man, solid movie. It's Netflix produced. We will see what happens with that, but I don't see that one getting in. If especially if all these movies are Best Picture contenders, I don't see that one getting in. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Next one is original screenplay. Number one, Sinners, Ryan Coogler. I think this would be his Oscar win. The script is solid. I mean, to pull a movie off like that, truly incredible. Give him the Oscar already. Put his name on it. Number two, Sentimental Value with Joaquin Trier. Number three, we got Secret Agent. Number four, Mother Supreme. And number five, It Was Just an Accident. I'm really upset to see, I guess, like, almost not the fall, but It Was Just an Accident is not having the reception I thought it would have, especially being a Neon produced film that won the Palme d'Or. I mean, we saw what happened last time with Nora, Best Picture. But it's a foreign film, so I guess we have that stigma to go along with it. But I think it's still holding on pretty steady for the original screenplay category with this. My dark horse for this category, which honestly, if it happens, I'll be elated, is Sorry Baby by Ava Victor. I think that movie is incredible. I think the screenplay is incredible. So if it happens, I will be jumping for joy on Oscar morning. So let's keep rolling. Let's see what happens next. Best Director. We got Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, Ryan Coogler for Sinners, Guillermo del Toro for Frankenstein, Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, and Jafar Panahi for It Was Just an Accident. I think this lineup is solid. I don't really see it changing a whole bunch. The only dark horse I see is Josh Safdie for Mother Supreme. If we think about it, we have what happened back in it was last year with what's the movie called? Timothy Chalamet. Oh, I can't think of the movie. It was about Bob Dylan. I can't think of the title. I'm forgetting. I'm so sorry. But I mean, we literally saw what happened last year. We just got in, and so we could see that happen again. But I don't think we're gonna see it happen again. So we should be fine. All right. So we have all these nominations, and if you're staying with me, thank you for staying with me. But now we're gonna get to the big bonanza of Best Picture. You're gonna see why all these nominations kind of look similar. This has been a pretty predictable year so far. We have One Battle After Another, which I think will be receiving 14 nominations. Then we have Sinners with 15. I'm gonna come back to that in a second. Why that's so significant. Number 3, we got Hamnet with 10. Marty Supreme with 9, Sentimental Value with 6, Frankenstein with 10 nominations, Secret Agent 4 nominations. It Was Just an Accident with 4 nominations, Begonia with 3, and Train Dreams with 4. Let's go back to the top for real quick. So first off, if Sinners gets 15 nominations, it will have broken the record for most Oscar nominations received by a single film in a year. Because right now the record stands at 4, and it's between La La Land, Titanic, and I forgot the third one. I think there's the third one I forgot. But the record is 14. So if it gets to 15, then it's going to break the record. So we will see what happens with that. We'll see. Everything else is pretty much set in stone. The only dark horse I see is F1, and the reason I'm predicting F1 is because one, it's a crowd pleaser. It's a nice little film to watch. On top of that, the nomination hall it could have with editing, sound, and even visual effects. That's a nice little nomination hall to have for Best Picture. Remember, you can even have song and nothing else and still win Best Picture as Selma. All right, so we could see something like that happening with that film, but we will see. Now, the next slide is about the nomination tallies by studios. So I'm putting the top 4 studios with the most nominations. All right. So the top studio with the most nominations this year, if this were to happen, would be Warner Brothers with 34 nominations. They would be breaking the record for studios with the most nominations in a single year. That's insane with how much. So props to Warner Brothers if they can pull that off. The next would be Netflix with 17 nominations, Neon with 14, and Focus Features with 13. So we have some pretty good contenders with this. The next one down would be like, I think, it'd be like A24 and then Disney. So yeah, so we should be pretty good. I mean, A24 will have 10 nominations. Look at my chart right now. A24 is like in 5th with 10, but we will see what happens with these nominations, all right? Thank you so much for watching this video. These are my Oscar predictions, my final Oscar predictions for our upcoming 90th Academy Award Oscar nominations. Remember, they'll be happening on Thursday morning. I forgot the time, but it's typically early in the morning. If you enjoyed this and you want to stay up to date, please feel free to subscribe, like, and follow, and just share your comments about things, about what you think about the race, what you think is going to happen. Tell me what you think. I'm really curious to see. I have my upcoming videos happening. I'm working on the schedule. We're anticipating movies of 2026, Oscar nominations reactions, Oscar nominated shorts, where I'm going to talk about the actual shorts once the nominations happen, and then my Oscar watch list for the 99th Academy Awards as well. Thank you so much. Feel free to follow me on Twitter or X at A Take On Films, or the awards expert at The Second Take. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please like, and I will see you all later, and best of luck to everyone.